It's 10 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're decoding the one and only, the gracious, the very gorgeous, the very humble, and very touching. Your energy is just touching. She's got a great aura. Her name is Connie Ferguson. Love this.
I'm having fun. I was just saying to the guys that Kante Radio is so much fun.
It's fun.
I almost forgot how fun it is. But the space is beautiful as well.
So you and your content on social media are like, you're fun. You're such a fun human being.
I am. Okay, listen to me. No, but I am.
Yeah.
I think people watch the shows that I do, the characters that I play, and often they're so serious, right?
Yeah.
Because most of them have been business women, except for Os Mavis, who was just, a Kasi mom.
Yes.
But they see those characters and they think they know Connie.
Yeah.
But Connie's a lot more chilled than the characters that I play on TV. I'm silly. I can be naughty.
Yes, we've seen.
I like having fun. I love to laugh. I think laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, man.
And when I'm around my kids, when I'm at home, I think that's my safe space. That's my most comfortable space. That's where I can be whatever I want to be. Yeah.
You just mentioned kids. I'm going to hold on to that. Which Connie raised Lesedi and which Connie raised Ali?
When I had Lesedi, I was 22 years old, first-time mom. Very scary experience. Just the pregnancy itself was a scary experience. But after I had her, I think I changed completely, right? It's innate in a woman. You become a mother and you change. You start nurturing. I mean, your baby becomes your whole life. Yeah. Right? So with Lesedi, there were a lot of learnings. I had literally just started working, so I couldn't take time off work. I didn't have that luxury. I went back to work when she was a week old, 1 week old. I was a freelancer at the moment, a complete freelancer. So I remember, I used to carry my baby in her carry cot sometimes and go to auditions with her.
Mom.
Go to auditions with her. Sometimes when the shoot wasn't too long, go to shoots with her. But there were times when I would have to leave her like with a very loving family in Soweto. But I remember the first time I had to do that, my heart broke.
I can imagine.
Like my heart broke.
I can imagine.
Because it was like, oh my God, is she going to be okay? Will they take care of her? Will they love her the way I love her? And I know I'd be at work and my heart would be back home. Like I couldn't wait to get back home to the city. So now with Ali, life had progressed quite a bit.
Of course. Yes.
I could afford nannies.
Yes.
I had a very supportive partner. So
beautiful.
Just mothering the two was actually very different. Yes, still very hands-on with Alicia, but I had help.
So with that said, though, then how different are they as young women when you look at them?
Very.
They're extremely different.
They
I
are
can attest for that.
Extremely different.
I see them even on their social media pages.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Lesedi is an extrovert, right? Has a mind of her own, and I try not to reel her in too much because she is her own person.
Yeah.
And then Ali is very much an introvert. So in a way, Alicia is like me because she's an introvert, but she can be extroverted.
Beautiful.
If that makes sense, right? So it's
the introverted
environment, the introverted extrovert.
Yeah.
So the environment determines who you are.
Yeah. Ali does seem like a kid who's a lot in her head. She seems like a kid who's a processor.
She processes a lot.
Does she process a lot,
She
right?
processes a
she
lot.
She has a very high IQ, ne?
Very.
Yeah, she seems like that.
She's an old woman.
Ne?
Yeah, I can go Ali.
An old spirit.
I mean,
an old soul.
She's an old soul.
Yeah.
I will talk to my daughter. Like I'll sit and have a conversation with Ali, and sometimes I'd be so, like I stop talking and I just listen to her, and I'm just watching this kid talk and literally school me about life. And this is like a 20-year-old, and I'm thinking, who are you?
Yes.
Right now?
Whose child are you?
She's so wise. She really is.
Aren't dripping
swagoo.
Swag.
Dripping swagoo. You even know the lyrics. I don't even know the lyrics. Oh my gosh. I am way under a rock here. Do you like Beyonce? Are you part of the Beehive?
Not really part of the Beehive, but I can appreciate her.
I tell you somebody who really appreciates you.
Okay.
Very deeply so. So much so that she even considers you to be her mom. Lorato, your sister.
Oh, I am her mom.
You are?
I am. I took my sister when she was very young. So literally, so I'm like, I was a second mom.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened in your life?
She had just matriculated, so I'm 11 years older than her. So I was...
And here you are looking like you're 12.
So I was in my late 20s, early 30s when she came to stay with me.
And how old was she? She had just matriculated. She was
had
like a
just
teen.
matriculated, but then she had to come and repeat the side. So I made sure she finished, made sure she got her degree. So literally, ke mama gage.
Literally.
So that's my firstborn.
That's beautiful. So you've got 3 kids?
Yes. And a grandson.
And a grandson. Your grandson is adorable.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's adorable.
Very smart.
Is he smart?
And very funny.
Is he funny?
He likes to tell corny jokes.
Yeah. Too corny. Too corny. That's too corny.
See what you did there? You're an idiot. I love it.
Yeah, but I'm blessed. I have beautiful children.
When you met Uncle Shaw, your guys' love story is one for the books. There's only 2 people that I know in my personal life that I've witnessed experiencing that sort of love.
Yeah.
Ke Khobedi Dilogwe, newsreader, and yourself. And the strangest thing, both your husbands left planet Earth to planet Spirit Realm in the same year.
Oh, really?
Yes. And you both experienced one of the most beautiful kinds of loves. The meeting of you and Shaw. How was that for you?
Unexpected. When I met Shaw, I was at a point in my life. That time, it was just me and my daughter. It was just me and the city. Never wanted to get married again. Wasn't interested in a relationship. Was literally working myself to the bone. I remember the evening that I met him. I just come back from I was advocating for TB treatment at the time. So I had just come back from an activation, and you see how special Lorato is, right? And he was dropping Lorato's friends off at my house. So I was in my room and I'm hearing like voices in the kitchen, but like male voices. I'm thinking,
what's going on?
I'm not expecting men. What's going on here? So my sister's friends are here, whatever. So I started walking down the passage, and as I walked, I just heard this laughter that came right from the belly. Right? Like anybody who knew Shaw remembers him by his laughter. And I was intrigued. So I walked down the passage, and this guy wearing a black suit was like facing away from me. And as I was walking in, I think he heard my footsteps. He turned around. Oh my God, this good-looking man just turned around. And this huge smile played across his face, and he took out his hand and go, "Hi, I'm Shona." I think I just stood there for a second before I went, oh hi, I'm Connie. And we just started talking, and we had so much in common. He was from Botswana, so first of all, it was very refreshing to speak Setswana, like proper Setswana with someone, so it immediately felt like home. Immediately felt like home.
Isn't that weird when you meet a person you don't know from a bar of soap? But with immediate effect, they feel so familiar.
Yes.
Did it not scare you?
It was exciting in the moment, but afterwards, when I thought about it, it became a bit scary.
What about it scared you?
Because, remember, I didn't want relationships. I didn't want to get married again. But literally, we met on the 31st of July. In October, Mahadi had been paid. End of November, we had our white wedding. Like literally it happened that quickly. So the feelings developed so quick. It was like a whirlwind, right? So I remember saying to myself, Cons, just go with it.
Really?
Because I had never felt like that in my whole entire life. Nobody had ever affected me
like that.
The way that man did.
My gosh, she's going nowhere. She's here until 9. We're taking our time with her. We're decoding Connie Ferguson.
Let's decode.
7:29, everyone. If you're just tuning in, you found the right Kaya for yourself here. Kaya 959 on the street, on the air. We're everywhere. Download the application. Please don't get it twisted. We can be everywhere for you. Don't limit us to just a regional space. No. World Wide Web, you can stream us wherever you are on the globe. Let's make this the biggest movement under the sun. 959 Breakfast. Auntie Connie, you are a businesswoman. Is this something that was always in you? or did you learn to become a businesswoman by seeing opportunities as your popularity and fame and star grew?
I think I was always an entrepreneur as a child.
Yeah.
From childhood. Obviously, at the time, you don't know that that's what that is called, because you're literally doing things to survive, right? Yeah. When I was in my early teens, I had a mini hair salon at home.
Is it?
Wow. Yes.
Were you actually doing people's hair?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
These hands are blessed.
Hey.
I would touch your head and your hair would just grow. Like literally. So I had a lot of clients.
Yeah.
My mom used to make magwenya endments, and I would sell that at school. I used to sell sweets at school. So, I mean, I started buying the onions, the tamati, like vegetables for control when I was very young. My early teens, I was already buying groceries.
Is it?
So, yeah. So, the business woman, as I suppose, has always been innate. So it was more taking it now to a professional level, where it's not just me hustling to make money, but me actually empowering people and employing people.
Because you've done that well. I mean, we're talking here Ferguson Films.
Yeah.
That's one. Iconic Fit. I like how you played with your name in Iconic Fit. Yeah, it's spelled ICONNIECC.
That's correct.
Fit, right?
Yeah.
Connie Personal Care.
Yeah.
Connie Body. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You're building a solid empire structure here.
It's a process. I'm trying.
Yeah.
When you do what we do, which is in entertainment, one, it can be short-lived, but if you have a plan, you can actually ride it out for a very long time. But while you're riding this wave, know that it will stabilize at one point, but then what do you have apart from being famous? So I had always told myself that I was never going to be more famous than I'm worth. So it was important for me. Fame is literally a side effect of what I do.
I like that.
What I do is I'm a business. And that's how I see myself. So if I'm not going to monetize Connie, everybody else around me makes money off of Connie, except Connie.
Dude, you are literally speaking the gospel here. How do you teach people? Because we've got a thing here, right? We call it the 959ers, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so passionate about this movement, Yeti 959ers, because these are a bunch of human beings doing the best they can in their 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
They don't see time, because the minute they knock off at 5 o'clock, they are trying to monetize whatever it is that's intellectual about them, that their own intellectual property, right? They're entrepreneurs.
Yes.
How do you teach them to ride the plan as it meanders? Because every now and again it meanders.
Yeah.
To ride it out to stability, like you have.
Yeah. I think the important thing to remember is that things won't always go right. You will meet a lot of stumbling blocks that may actually discourage you. Stay the course. Never be discouraged. If you have to change direction, then change direction. But stay the course. As long as you know where you're going, make sure you get there.
How do you choose what to go into, which sector to go into? Because I remember growing up seeing your body cream and your cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Did someone, like a business person, come to you to propose it, or was it something you've always wanted to go into?
I believe God talks to us in different ways, right?
I love that.
Like we're having this conversation now. I may pick up something from this conversation to say, you know what he said was so profound. What if I do this about that? So I've always loved to look good, to smell good. And that's where this stemmed from, is that every time I walked into a room, someone would say to me, oh, wow, you smell so good. What are you wearing? So this, what are you wearing? I was always selling someone else's product. And I thought, wait a minute. What if I create my own signature? Because I started with perfume.
Yeah.
Wow.
What if I create my own signature scent? See how people receive it. Will they still go, what are you wearing? When I'm wearing my own scent. And it worked. Right? So now, instead of selling someone else's product, when someone says, what are you wearing? Oh, wow, your skin looks so good. What's hasaing? So give the people what they want, but let it work for you as well.
I love that. Talk to me about Iconic Fit. There's this new persona of yours on social media. Once again, I'm going to go to social media. That's as close as we can get to you through your social media.
Right.
You're at the gym all the time. Does Iconic Fit have anything to do with this this phase that you're in, and I don't think it's a phase. You've always liked to look good. Now social media makes us know how you maintain.
Right. For me, it's more than just about looking good, actually. It's I've never been shy to admit that I suffer depression.
Really?
Yeah. So when
Cons, are you serious?
Yeah. But it's cool. I know, so I can manage it, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was on antidepressants for, I think it was 3 years.
Yeah.
And
That's heavy, hey?
that was heavy. And then I decided that wasn't going to be my life, right? So I did therapy. I saw a psychologist. That almost didn't work for me. Then I saw a trauma counselor. And this is interesting to know as well, that the way they work is different. Like the way a psychologist works is different from the way a trauma counselor, because their approach is different. So I saw all of them. Eventually went off the antidepressants, but I found what actually makes me happy and boosts my mood all the time is exercise. So that's how I manage it. So I you know, the looking good is a good side effect of why I do it. But yeah, it's literally just to stabilize my mood, to lift it makes me happy. When it's overcast for too long, I'm the most miserable person. I can't stand winter. I get sad in winter.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you describe depression to a person who's not too sure how to describe it or how to understand it?
You almost feel like you're not yourself. You know, you're literally having an out-of-body experience all the time. It's like, who's this person? You don't want to wake up in the morning. Your alarm goes off. You switch off the clock. You literally just want to sleep. You don't want to talk a lot of the times. You don't really know what you're feeling when you're feeling it. You don't know what is wrong. Sometimes someone will ask you, are you okay? And just that question will trigger you.
So would you equate it to a lack of vitality?
Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
Connie Ferguson in the house, ladies and gents. 8 Cat 959 breakfast on the street, on the air. The love you had. You were telling us a story earlier about how you met Shaw.
Yeah.
Uncle Shaw.
Yes.
Do you remember which month that was?
31st of July.
July
31st.
This is so wild, man. I'm gonna cry.
We're not crying today.
We're definitely okay. We're not crying because if you met him in July, you lost him in July.
Literally a day before, it would have been 20 years that we knew each other.
I cannot not cry.
Yeah. I remember the last day I saw him. I literally, he owed me a dance. You know, this guy owed me a dance because we were supposed to renew our vows at 20 years again. It was our plan to do that every 10 years.
Yeah.
And we had this dance planned for our 20th. And I remember when he was in hospital, I kept on reminding him that he owes me a dance, so he's not going anywhere. You know. And very early morning of the 30th, you know, I was so holding out for the 31st just to complete that 20. I said to him, you know, one more day, and you and I will be like 20. Yeah, and it didn't quite pan out that way.
How did they break the news to you? Who broke the news to you?
They called us back to the hospital. So I spent the night of the 29th at the hospital with him. And in the morning, I think around 9 o'clock, they said to my sister and I that, you know, we can go home, freshen up. It's fine, he's stable. We'll maybe take a nap and then we'll come back. So that morning, I'm in the shower, but something is just not sitting right in my spirit. So I come out, I look at my phone, and I have endless missed calls from the hospital, and my heart just sank. So I called back, and they said, you need to come back now. So I don't even remember wiping myself. I literally just put on tracksuits and ran. So by the time we got there, I mean, I just had to look at their faces to know he had departed. And I was so mad. Hey, I was mad because I wanted to be there.
Yeah,
I wanted to be there, but clearly he didn't want to put me through through that. Not that it made any difference, to be honest, because just hearing that was like, I don't know. I think this whole year has been strange for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you remember the last conversation with him?
I remember the last thing I said to him and the last thing he said to me before they put him under, before they intubated him. He wasn't okay that day, and I could tell, right? So I was just sitting there massaging his feet and looking at him, and just my heart breaking for him because he had suffered so much. And as I was massaging his feet, I just looked at him and he was looking at me, and I said to him, "You're my soulmate." So he couldn't speak because he had that CPAP mask on. And he just said, you know, like...
He pointed at himself and pointing at
my
you
soulmate too, right?
Whoa.
So that was literally the last words spoken to each other before he was under. Obviously, I've spoken to him a lot after that, hoping he can hear me. But last communication, that was it.
I feel like, you know that part of the movie when you cry? And I'm not crying because because it is sad, but because I believe in love so much.
Love is a beautiful thing.
You know love.
Love is a beautiful thing.
I think it's just a beautiful story that you met him in July and you lost him in July.
Love is a beautiful thing. You know, we say God is love, right?
It is.
We see him in so many people.
Yeah.
And I think I had the best part of God in show.
That's so romantic. That's so beautiful. It's so poetic. You had the best part of God in show. There are people listening right now and they don't know how to forgive God for taking that love away. They're angry. They're hurting because they relate so deeply to your story. How did you forgive the pain? And I'm not going to say God because I don't want to assume that you were mad at God.
Yeah.
But how did you forgive? Because there is something to forgive there in order to move on.
It's a process. It's not... I was angry about a lot of things. I was angry that we fought because we did. When Sho was sick, I was sick as well. So I didn't even have time to take care of myself. We prayed. We fasted. We had prayer groups. We did everything. And then I remember, you know, when you pray and you trust God for that miracle and you really believe, because prayer is also faith-based, right?
Absolutely.
You have to believe it for it to happen. And we really believed he was going to come out of that. So when it didn't happen, I suppose in a way I felt like I failed, or I felt like, I don't know, where my prayer is not earnest enough.
Oh, baby.
I don't know. I just had so many questions. I was scared. I was angry. I was hurting. I don't know. I just couldn't see tomorrow without my husband. I really couldn't see tomorrow without Sho because we were like this.
Of course. He was your lighty man.
He was my lighty man. You know, we were twins, literally. So it took a lot of people praying for me. Not just me praying for myself. It literally took the nation praying for me and my family. It took friends and family praying with us. It really took me going into my corner and just crying my eyes out and telling God what disappointed me, telling God what I believed, and it didn't happen. It didn't work out. So what does that mean? You know, telling God that when I met my husband, I had said to God, not again, you know, and my daughter meant the world to me. So I wasn't going to bring someone into my life that was just going to disrupt our lives. So my big thing was, why give me such a perfect thing only to rip it from me?
And it was ripped.
Yeah, only to rip it from me. I mean, I struggled with that, you know. And then I suppose I came into myself and just said, you know what? I don't know. I always believed that Sho's and I's purpose were aligned. So maybe my husband lived out his purpose. So now it's time for me to rediscover what my purpose is. I can't stop living because Show is not here. One, I would be dishonoring him. I would be dishonoring God because I was sick and God saved my life. I made it. Why? Why did I make it?
Did you ever battle with survivor's guilt?
I did. I did.
I mean, this week marks a year later, literally, exactly. How's it been for you, like, just going through this week?
When the month started, I think I was overthinking it a bit. I actually got sick. I think I was overthinking it a bit because I just thought, oh my God, it's this month. How am I going to get through this month? And I've just been in prayer constantly. I got sick. I had bronchitis for 3 weeks, but the symptoms were weird because even the antibiotics and everything else that they gave me didn't work. So I almost feel like I had empathy syndrome, if that makes sense, because my throat felt like literally they had put something down my throat. And so everything that my husband went through when he was sick, I felt like I was feeling.
Sure.
I'm a lot better now. My voice is back. But I think I've resolved that. I know God loves me.
Of course.
I know the Lord has been my strength throughout this whole year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have survived. I didn't go back onto antidepressants. That in itself is a miracle. So there's a reason why I survived and I keep surviving. There has to be a reason. Dineo, I just need to continue on this journey of, I'm going to say, rediscovering my soul purpose now. Because my purpose with my partner lived itself out. He served his purpose.
Yeah. Speaking on that, what was like your one wish for him that maybe breaks your heart? You feel like it was never fulfilled? Or did the universe work in such a way that his life, you feel, was fulfilled?
No, I don't think so. And maybe this is just me selfishly. Maybe it was. But I think selfishly, I feel like, sure, my husband was a hard worker. He was always working.
He was.
And we were at a point in our lives where now we were able to balance a little bit more. We would work hard, but we'd also take breaks as a family and just enjoy life. I feel like he was at that point where he needed now to start enjoying
the
life,
fruits,
the fruits of his hard work.
And
he just never really got to. And we were in the process of going into pre-production for Kings of Joburg 2. Scripts done, everything. He was still in it, the lead, everything. He was so excited about this project. He never got to be a part of it.
Of course.
Because he is a part of it, right? But I mean, in his physical form, he never got to be a part of it. And that broke my heart because I knew how excited he was about it. But I hope what we've done with the show now, because obviously we had to rewrite and I hope we've made him proud. I mean,
I think you would have. I think you would have made him proud because if I look closely at the manner in which you guys have learned from each other, how to be great producers, and how you guys have taken learnings from other people as well together, I think he's left you with a lot of inspiration. I don't think you'll ever run short of inspiration from Uncle Shaw.
No.
Even in spirit for years on. And I have full faith that Kings of Joburg 2 is going to be absolutely amazing. Because also the passion is different. You have to make him proud.
Absolutely.
You have to make him proud. You can't drop the ball now. I think one other thing that you are going to superbly make him proud about is his legacy with the Connie Ferguson Foundation. Want to unpack that in a bit as well.
Okay.
You corrected me off air. Thank you.
Okay.
Because every moment be of a teachable spirit. It is not the Connie Ferguson Foundation. It is the Ferguson Foundation.
It's the Ferguson Foundation. We came up with it when Show was still around. So we were going to launch it together. And then we both got sick and what happened. So the launch was delayed and we were supposed to launch last year, and then COVID happened again, and then all the restrictions came again.
That darn thing.
And we just couldn't risk people for the sake of having a party and launching a foundation. So we've put it off for so long, and finally the launch is happening on the 5th of August.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. The Ferguson Foundation, ... to be continued, what that is all about. I got this lovely human being on the line. Please kill the music. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
This person is all yours. You must guess who this is.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Babs! Hi, Babs.
Hi, my love.
Hi, Papi. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. How did they get you on the line? Oh my God. This guy is my steering, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm talking to my steering right now. How's it, Papso?
I'm fine, my love.
Good, good. They woke you up early. You wake up early anyway.
Now I'm preparing for gym.
You're preparing for gym.
Mm.
That's good to hear, Papi. Are you okay?
Your voice is nice.
my voice is nice.
And bright. Thank you, God.
And thank you, Lord Jesus. No, I'm good, Papso. I'm good. I'm
Thank you, my
fine.
love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
How's everything?
Everything.
We might come there Sunday.
Okay, I'll call you offline, ne, Papso?
Okay, my love.
Okay, love you.
Love you, baby.
Okay, bye-bye.
Who is this?
That's my dad! Oh my God! I don't know how you guys pulled this one off. Whose
You
idea
know,
was
our
this? This
producer
We have
is
a
a
super
flex.
producer.
Oh
Super
my
producer.
God.
Our producer is a flex.
No,
like I'm
he's an
telling you.
absolute flex.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my,
a flex.
my dad is in Botswana, by the way, so that's why I'm like, how did you get him?
Fentolite, you did it again,
Fentolite,
man. Fentolite, you did it again, man.
This was a pleasant surprise.
Oh, yeah.
No, Billy, I thought it can't be. It's like, oh, wait, hello.
Auntie Connie, the Ferguson Foundation, what is that truly about?
So when we started the Ferguson Foundation with Show, it was literally, I'm going to give a bit of background.
Yeah, of
first.
course.
Our industry is hard. People work hard. It's usually hand to mouth. But what we realized was that a lot of us don't have financial literacy. Things happen, and COVID exposed a lot of things. Like people lose people, they don't have money to bury people. People have emergencies, they don't have money for emergencies. And you look at the situation and wonder, now we know people's salaries, right? Because we pay those salaries. And you think, what are you doing with your money? How come every time there's an emergency, you have to come in and ask for a loan? And so clearly there's a problem here. So initially what Show and I wanted to do was start like a financial literacy thing for the industry, because helping from our pockets, which we did a lot, was not sustainable.
Of course,
I mean, we were
it'll
happy
never
to
be.
do it, but it wasn't sustainable. So we thought maybe we should have a vehicle that we could use to come up with these different programs, just to empower in different ways. And we were going to start with the financial literacy for the industry. And then apart from that, we wanted to build a film school. It's always we, right? We wanted to do so much together.
He's your husband.
Yes.
Soulmates.
We wanted to build a film school. So we wanted to do a lot within the industry. But, I've since realized that the need is even outside the industry. So I can't just focus on the industry. We spoke about depression earlier. And, I've been very clear about what family means to me.
Of course.
Like just the unit of family and how that builds communities, and then how these communities end up building our nation. So for me, that's the grassroots. That's where we need to start it. So our focus to begin with is going to be mental health.
I love that.
Yeah, because we have so many foundations doing different things. Obviously, we're raising funds. We're hoping to have a kitty where, if there's a cause that needs assistance in whatever way, we are able to assist. But we want our core focus to begin with to be mental health. And obviously, it'll be in young people, in adults, in families, because I feel like families are so disjointed right now, especially black families.
Especially black families. And I read mental ill health.
Yes.
Not everyone mela yo twasa.
Yeah.
And not everyone we see mental health, and it's so layered.
It's very layered.
It's very
and
layered.
that's, we need to peel off all those layers and get to it and make people understand and, get families to a point where they are able to support each other without judging. Get the different families the assistance that they need to work through issues. Get black families to know that therapy is important. You don't see gore ngwana gago ga shapo and then they ba tsantse ba go thwasa or oloilwe. Not everything is about boloi.
Thank you.
Not everything is about boloi, and unfortunately, we are chemical as well. So when chemicals don't work the way
we are chemical. And those chemical imbalances, when they hit hard.
They hit hard.
And we don't understand them.
Right.
But there is an understanding to them if you just learn about them.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love that. When do we launch this foundation?
We launch on the 5th of August at the Houghton Hotel.
5th of August.
5th of August.
Houghton Hotel.
Yes.
So we're inviting ourselves there. We would love to come see this and support this.
Absolutely welcome.
Yes.
We'll be there.
Would love to have
Absolutely.
you there.
And we are extending a VIP invitation to you as well.
Okay.
Because we, as the Kaya family, have a family event coming up in September. It's been a while since Kaya's done a family event. We're back, everybody. Bring your families. We're celebrating our birthday.
Okay.
It's 25 years on air now, and we're going to have a huge celebration of food, music, all your favorite Kaya people, and all your people, and your people, and your people, and
their
your
people.
And their people. Nah.
Yeah.
Tickets are going to go on sale this Friday, but we're already giving you an exclusive VIP invite. So you need to please come through and join us.
Oh, I'd love to. Just give me the date so I can block it off.
Absolutely.
Great.
Because I'm sure he told you that diary fills up so quickly.
No,
now.
yours. I don't even think yours has vacuums of emptiness.
Yeah, no, it's
Not at all.
Yeah.
It was great decoding you. Thank you for allowing us to decode you. Thank you for trusting us with your vulnerability and your laughter and your humorous side and just you.
Thank you. I think this was therapy as well because
Yeah.
I think
Beautiful.
I got to go to where I don't usually go.
Yeah.
glad about
And I
that.
didn't break down. So yeah, this was humbling, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
so
Connie
much fun.
Ferguson, Decoded, everyone.